Hi, I watched Happiness, and here's my review. Happiness is a Korean drama of 12 episodes of 16 minutes. The story is about Hyun Sebom, a young woman who is part of the special forces, and a friend she knows since high school, who is Chung Hee-hyun, and is a police officer working in the Department of Violent Crimes. They find themselves locked up inside their apartment as their apartment complex gets quarantined because of cases of a new virus, not very contagious, but who seems to kind of turn people into zombies. Alright, so first I want to start by saying that I really enjoyed this drama. Unfortunately, I didn't enjoy it completely for several reasons that I will talk about in a spoil part. But one of the reasons, and I don't think it would be spoiling to say it, is that it's not such a very action drama. There's not so much action as you could maybe think there would be in such a drama. And that was actually my expectation. I thought there would be kind of a lot of action, especially given the jobs the main characters both have. But no, actually. And maybe I watched the trailer, and when you watch the trailer, it doesn't look like it's going to be too much action. But I don't know, in my head it was going to be. But it doesn't mean it's bad either. It's just personal preference, I suppose. But overall, I still really enjoyed it. It was a very nice watch, and I was always kind of interested. I always wanted to know more, but I think in this case, sometimes it's not actually a good thing, and I will explain why a bit later. But I was always super interested into the story. I wanted to see how everything was going to resolve, if it was to be resolved. So yeah, I really had a good time watching it. Also, the fact that it's only 12 episodes is a benediction. I think it's really rare in Dramaland to have such a short drama, so I really enjoyed that. Also, of course, I was so hyped about it. First, because it's short. Second, because there's zombies in it. I love everything that's zombies and disease, these kind of stuff. I love them. Even if they are bad, I will always find something good to say about it because I just enjoy it so much. It's a personal taste. So this and the fact that there was Park Hyun-sik in it too. I haven't seen him for a while, so all this mixed up together, I was so glad. And I'm glad it turned out to be okay too and not a very bad drama. Also the OST. We hear the opening song actually in the trailer of the drama, but since I watched it, I had completely forgotten about it. So when I heard it again as the opening of the drama, I was so hooked. I don't know about you guys, but this song is so good. Wow. It was so good, I couldn't even skip the intro every time. So yeah, in the end, I ended up giving this drama 8 out of 10 stars. For me personally, the drama failed to pick up at some point, and yeah, I think it's the perfect grade for me. So now I'm gonna go into the spoil part and try to make it not too much of a mess, because I wrote a lot of things and I don't want it to go everywhere. So spoil part now. So first I'm gonna come back on my expectations about actions, and yeah, it's not a drama packed with action and it's not really a problem, but I think at some point, like I just said, things should have picked up a bit more. At some point it's kind of always the same thing happening again and again and again. A person creating a problem, another person creating a problem, again and again and again. At some point, it was a bit like the disease was in the background and the real problem was people. That's something that's very often, if not always, showed in these kind of movies and TV shows, the impact it has on people, how they react and how it creates problem. It's something so common. But I think it was a bit too much in this drama. Because I think, yeah, I was more sold on the survival and the zombie theme, the virus theme. And in the end, the drama focuses a lot more on the small amount of people. And that's actually a small amount of people I think was not really realistic. I get that they put the complex in quarantine during the day, but we see so little people in there. Several apartments, these huge buildings, several of them are all in quarantine. Even the one we stay at, there's like, what, 10 people max? 10? And it's a bit, I don't know, I don't think it's very realistic to have so much space and so little people. Even the people showing up infected from other areas are always the same people. It's never a new face, it's almost always the same two people we see. So I don't know, maybe they didn't have too much budget for this. But yeah, it's a bit unrealistic to have so little people. And like I said about the human stuff again, and that's how it pushes even more how it was mostly on humans, is that the addition of a murderer among the group. I don't really think this was necessary. I wouldn't say it's a bad thing, but was it really necessary? I don't know. I'd rather see someone turning into a zombie and eating someone rather than see that there's a maniac going around the apartment killing people. I mean, I'm here for the disease, the zombies, not uncovering who the murderer is, you know. Two other things I didn't like. First thing is the origin of the disease. For the longest time in the drama, I think until halfway through the drama, I couldn't understand where the disease came from. Because these guys on the military side were saying it's a virus. And on the other side, you had the main character going on, it's a drug, it comes from a pill that was created to fight COVID and was put off the market because of not so good second effects. Okay, but then I keep not understanding because the military side continues to talk about it like it's a virus. They use the term virus, but on the other side, it comes from the pill. It really does come from the pill. So I just couldn't understand. Is it a virus inside the pill? Because it's not because you take the pill that you're automatically going to change. You're going to be infected. No, you can take the pill and be just fine. Though it seems to be not the majority of people based on what we see. But the thing is, so is it not in the pill? Is it in certain pill? Is it a mixture of the pill and with something inside the body? Maybe people who had COVID before. I don't know. It's not really explained, and it's not until the end. So you have to go with what they give you, but I think they never really gave a good explanation, or I just didn't understand it and I'm stupid, but and also they never really show you the impact it really has. From one hand, I understand what they wanted to do. They wanted to kind of leave us like in the state of the main characters who are locked up inside this building. They have no phone, no internet. At some point, they don't have any electricity either, so they can't watch TV, they can't watch the news. They don't know what's going on outside their quarantine zone. They have no idea. So I know that's what they wanted to do with us. But because sometimes they show us the military side with the guy looking for the cure, just because of this, I couldn't get into it, because every time I was on their side, I thought they would drop a hint or something. Because on their side, we kept hearing that it was bad, that it was really bad. But in the end, we see nothing of it, we have no confirmation whatsoever, and when the ends arrive, the martial law is gone, and you see all these people playing outside. But how they said it was bad. I thought it was really bad, you know, but apparently no, it was just in a few selected areas. And that's actually a problem I have with the drama as well, is they said the virus actually came from outside Korea. So it was taken from overseas. And we get to know at some point that overseas also has this disease going on because of the pill. So are you telling me that every country around the world who had this disease really managed to fight it properly, efficiently, and in time? Because when you see how COVID was treated, of course, I know there's no comparison with COVID and a pill that turns you as a zombie once in a while and makes you kill people to drink their blood. I know there's no comparison between the two. But given how COVID was so poorly dealt down, I really doubt such a disease would be picked up on early enough. I already feel like the case of Korea in this drama was really lucky because they seem to have so many infected already. And I don't know, it just feels like it should have been a bit more, not global, but a more serious problem. Because it's kind of implied that it is, but we don't know. We have no idea. In the end, it's almost like it was just in this small complex, in this small quarantine area. So a bit of a letdown because you're left wondering for so long, how is it outside? And then it's like, there's nothing. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I think it's not really realistic from my point of view. And actually, the last thing I didn't like in this drama is actually very, very common to this genre. It's, I think, in every movies and TV shows of this genre, actually, is the person who gets the virus, who gets bitten, who gets whatever you want. And it's always a main character, and it's always a main character who doesn't contract the disease, who is protected by it. It always happens with every disease. There's always people who don't get it, who are kind of protected from it. But the thing is, it's always one of the main characters. So of course, when she was scratched and no symptoms came, I was like, okay, well, they need her blood, that's for sure. And it was the case. So this I didn't like because I feel like it was a bit too big of a coincidence, like usual. It's just, can't you just pick a random person who is not a main character? I don't know why they want to make them special, but to turn this into a bit of a good thing, they actually did that in this drama because she is not. In the end, they do take her blood, they need her, but she's like, you know what? No, I'm not special. I'm sure you can find someone else who can cure everyone, but it's not me. And I really like that. And in the end, they really take someone else. I have to say it, I like that because I think it's the first time I see that in such a genre. But then again, it was a bit meh on how they did it because they could have just found a random person in another place. It was not the only place into quarantine. It could be another place. But no, the second person who was scratched and didn't get anything was in the same building as them. I mean, what are the odds? Apparently, it's very difficult to find these people. All of them they've seen so far before her all contracted the disease, all turned into zombies. So, you're telling me in the same building, in the same place, two people, I don't know, it's a bit, you could have found him somewhere else. I mean, never mind. Okay, actually, because I keep talking about zombies, because I think that's how you can describe them. It's not a bad thing, but it's a bit funny at the same time, is how no one in the drama at some point uses the word zombie to describe them. I mean, in today's age, who doesn't know of zombies? I don't know, it's a bit funny because they are shocked and scared and everything, but there's not a single person going on like, there's people going on with white eyes and biting people and eating them. They are a bit like zombies. You know, I think the word should come out sometimes because it doesn't feel really realistic. Again, because in today's age, everyone knows zombies, so it makes it like zombies don't exist where the drama takes place. And it's weird because everyone knows them. So yeah, it's a neutral thing. I put it in my neutral case. But yeah, I think it's a bit of a shame when they don't go up to it. It's like they want to do a zombie thing, but they don't want to throw the word zombie out there. So, I mean, they even had the perfect character to do it, which is the son from the two old people. This guy was the perfect candidate to throw the word zombie, and they didn't. But it's okay, this didn't come into... It didn't impact my grade at all. I mean, it's a detail, it's nothing. But I think it was still something worth sharing. Actually, I mostly have bad things to rumble about, and I actually put some of my points, of my good points, inside what I was saying. So I feel like I actually don't have much else good to say. But one thing I really liked is our main female character was really good. I mean, wow. We need more of people like her. At first, I'm not gonna lie, I had a bit of a problem. Not really a problem, but I was being turned off by her attitude. But I guess it's because she's just too confident, you know. And I'm clearly not a confident person, so sometimes they can make me a bit uncomfortable. So I think maybe this is what happened, because she's extremely talented, she's really good, she's not stupid, she can think for herself, and I really liked the duo they made with Park Hyung-sik, because they were such a power couple. Like, I still think about it, how good it would have been, probably, if there had been more action. Like I said, they had the perfect jobs for this, so I feel like it's a tiny bit of a missed opportunity, but never mind. She was really a badass. And actually, to stay kind of on this, when she leaves the military base to go back to Hyun, this moment felt, at least we had this moment, that felt so satisfying when the military girl, I can't remember her name, but the military medical girl, when she actually helps Sebom run away from the place to go back to the quarantine zone. So satisfying, you know. It was kind of not foreshadowed, but you kind of knew something was going to happen between the two, because they had so many interactions throughout the drama. But this felt really satisfying to finally really have a moment, and I was really glad this happened. I don't know, I wanted them to be friends so bad. Last thing, because I don't want to make this video too long and I feel like I rumbled so much about it, is the ending. So the ending, like I said, it's actually a mixed. Not so good from one side because it's really rushed. You really have no development of the ending. It's the scene goes black and then a few months later and everything's good. Like there's nothing more, nothing less. You don't know anything about nothing. Just, okay, he's not dead. Yeah, they're both alive and now they live in happiness. Okay, but yeah, so on the side, meh of an ending because of how rushed it is. But on the other side, I'm so glad it's still a happy ending. Usually in these kind of movies and shows, and don't ask me why, I don't know, but I like when everyone dies. Maybe a few select people survive, but like most of the planet is dead. I don't know, I really like the catastrophe genre, so maybe that's why. Because if I like it, maybe I like it to go to the end, I don't know. But I'm still glad it's a happy ending, at least for our two main characters, because after all the they went through in this apartment, not because of the people infected, but because of the normal people in it. They really deserved to have a break, you know, and finally be able to be happy together and in love and everything. So I'm glad it ended well for both of them. I get a good feeling, but you never know. At the same time, there's always this what if that they actually tried to pull at the end, but we're like, hey, no, there's no explanation, but I'm good. I guess the explanation is because of the military girl coming to look for them, and yeah, I think that's the explanation, but you know, you kind of have to guess and deduce from what's going on, and I don't know. It's better to show. It's always better to show. But yeah, that's why I gave this drama 8 out of 10. Given how many bad points I gave about this drama, maybe some of you will be wondering how in the world I managed to give it 8 out of 10. But honestly, even if right now I'm saying a lot of bad things, I really enjoyed it overall. It was pretty good. A bit of a disappointment in the end, this drama, even if I really enjoyed it, but I think I had just such high expectations. Usually I try to go in dramas with no expectations. It's a bit of my fault, you know, for having such expectations. But yeah, I think overall this drama could have been better in some aspects, but it's still enjoyable to watch. Maybe to some people it could feel boring if you're looking for something with more action. Before I finished the drama, I saw mostly very good comments about it. And after I finished it, I went to check a bit of comments, and I saw actually a lot of comments saying how it was so boring, bad, and they really gave it, it's like all people gave it like 10 out of 10, all people gave it like 0 or 1, you know, it's very polar opposites. So don't hesitate to tell me what your thoughts about this drama. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!